For this week's report, important information ahead of town election, information about this year's Burger Bowl, rechargeable battery safety tips from the Exeter Fire Department, another 60 and 16 from Blue Hawk Media, an update on the status of Pairpoint Park, an update from the Exeter Public Library, and the draft New Hampshire Constitution returns to Exeter after 250 years. For Exeter TV, I'm Gabe Perez from Swayze Parkway to kick off 2026 with our first video update. This is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. Good afternoon, Exeter. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and like this video to help spread the word about the show and all things Exeter. You can also head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. For our first segment, we have important information about the upcoming town election season. With the town deliberative session and town election just around the corner, voters still have a chance to get involved in the process. On Tuesday, January 20th, the Select Board will hold its annual bond and budget hearing. This is a chance for residents to preview the proposed 2026 budget and warrant articles ahead of the deliberative session, ask questions, and make comments directly to the board. The next step in the process is the deliberative session, which will take place in January this year instead of February on Saturday, January 31st at 9 a.m. at Exeter High School. The deliberative session has in-depth presentations on the warrant articles and allows for discussion and amendments to the articles before they move on to the town election, which is on Tuesday, March 10th at the Talbot Gym located at the Seacoast School of Technology. Residents wishing to run for local office can do so during the candidate filing period between Wednesday, January 21st and Friday, January 30th. Open positions this year include 2 3-year positions on the Select Board, Town Clerk, and more. A full list of open positions, information on how to register to vote, and more can be found on the town website at exeternh.gov/elections. Up next, Renee from the Chamber reclaims the Burger Bowl trophy from last year's champion, opening the way for a new victor this year. We followed her around to watch the process firsthand.
Hey, I'm Renee from the Chamber, and we're here today at Fat Hen Brewing to take back the Burger Bowl trophy. Hello. Steve, we're here to take back the Burger Bowl trophy.
What do you mean, though?
What do I mean?
I put it all nice over here.
Oh, look at that. All right. Let me come around. All right. You got to official. Oh, look, he's got this.
Brought out the old newspaper clipping
newspaper.
too.
I love it. All right.
You coming to take it back?
I know it's painful. I know. All right, on to the next competition, 2026 Eat Local Burger Bowl. Okay, now we head to Kennebunk Savings Bank, the sponsor for this event, and they get to hold on to this trophy until the next winner at the end of the month. February 1st is the last day of the competition. Hey there, we're here to deliver the Burger Bowl trophy to you while the competition lasts. Starting on the 23rd of January through the 1st of February, the competition will be on. You get to hold the trophy during that time and award it to the winner at the end of the competition.
All right, that is so exciting.
You can keep that somewhere safe. Well, you can definitely put it up where people can see it for sure.
Beginning January 23rd and ending February 1st, restaurants all across the Exeter area will compete for best burger around. It's up to you to vote on who's got what it takes and take home the trophy. To see participants in this year's competition, visit exeterarea.org. With the holidays now behind us, you may be holding on to a lot more gadgets and electronics from all those gifts. Those may come with rechargeable batteries, which can pose a danger if not handled properly. We stopped by the Exeter Fire Department to learn some important safety tips.
Hello, I'm Deputy Fire Chief Jason Fritz. Deputy Chief in charge of fire prevention for the town of Exeter. I would like to take a moment to talk to you about lithium-ion battery fire safety. In today's day and age, almost every single one of us has battery-operated equipment, whether it be your cell phone, your laptop computer, to flashlights and other power tools, even including snow blowers and lawnmowers now. And with that comes a component of safety that we all need to be aware of. We have been seeing across the country a rash of fires that have been started by the improper use or improper charging of these batteries. A lot of them are seen in things such as scooters and laptop computers and cell phones. One of the things that we want to make sure that you look at when you are purchasing electronic equipment that is rechargeable, especially those with a lithium-ion battery, is that the device has been third-party tested by either the Underwriters Laboratory or the Canadian version of that. There are several manufacturers, third-party testing companies that will verify that the electronic equipment that you have purchased is safe to use and that it does exactly what it says it does. And unfortunately, what we see is the quality control on some of those products is not there. And that's where the danger comes in. So please be careful, be wary of that, and just look for that safety tag that comes on that equipment. And a lot of it will also be contained in the paperwork that comes with electronic devices. A couple of things to look out for when you're charging your batteries for whatever equipment that you have. If the charging block, the charging cord itself get warm to the touch or start to even get hot, stop using it immediately. Another thing that to watch for is if the battery starts to deform or discolor. That's another sign that it is defective. In that case, contact your manufacturer and see the best way to go about making that safe or getting a new device. Please try to make sure that you're recharging your devices in a safe manner. Please don't charge laptop computers or phones under your pillow, in between couch cushions, because that just increases the heat that it can store. I would like to take this opportunity to also remind you to make sure that you have working smoke detectors in your house or your place of business. If you haven't done so recently, change the batteries or make sure that you have one of the devices that has a sealed battery and is good for a certain amount of time. One thing I would like to add is if you have any questions regarding your electronic devices, their charging cords, or the batteries themselves, please feel free to reach out to me at jfritz@exeternh.gov.
Up next is another edition of 60 and 16 from our friends over at Blue Hawk Media.
Good morning, SAU 16. This is Superintendent of Schools Chris Andruski, and here I am at Newfields Elementary School for the first 60 and 16 in 2026. I'm accompanied by 3 students from 5th grade as well as Principal Griffith. Principal Griffith, Happy New Year, and can you tell us about the amazing things these students are doing?
Yes, Happy New Year, Dr. Andruski. Our 5th grade students have the opportunity to be part of a rock band, and I am going to let them tell you a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Lily, and I think that it's super cool that in our school we get to do a 5th grade rock band. We started by choosing a song. Each of us thought of a song that we wanted, and then we voted. Eventually we landed on a song, Mystical Magical by Benson Boone.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and this is how we chose the 5 instruments, which are drums, keyboard, bass, and electric guitar. And last but not least, vocals. Wyatt?
We also made a video, which we had to use a green screen, and we also used GarageBand for auto-tune and that. And our entire class joined in the video too.
From my perspective, the rock bands are an excellent chance for the kids to get really involved in music, in the nuts and bolts, where they're motivated by the song that they choose, and they're trying out all the instruments, and we get to use notation and things that they're pretty engaged in, because it's what they want to do. They want that final product of having a rock video or playing a live show.
There's nothing colder than your shoulder when you're dragging me along like you do. And then you switch up with no warning, and you kiss me like you want it. How rude, how rude. But I kinda like it anyways. I don't mind if this is gonna take a million days. I know you'll
Newfields Elementary School in 5th grade, thank you so much for sharing. I am super excited to see the end product. I can't wait to watch the video. And I think, Wyatt, you're going to do the flip like Benson Boone. Is that what I heard? Maybe. No pressure. Anyways, thank you, SIU 16, and we will see you in a couple weeks.
Pairpoint Park has been a major discussion item in town lately, spanning across several boards and commissions. In this Meeting Minute, we take a look at everything that's been going on.
This is your Meeting Minute for the December 6th Select Board meeting. In the past few months, the future of Pairpoint Park has been a big discussion item across multiple boards and committees in town. Looking back at the November 18th Budget Recommendation Committee meeting, members from the Pairpoint Park Stakeholders Advisory Committee came seeking a warrant article for $35,000 to pay for the design and construction documents for Pairpoint Park. The group committed to apply for grants and fundraise to pay for the remainder of the project.
But right now, what we've been going for are small grants, individual donations, and obviously tonight to talk about this warrant article. Once we have construction documents, we can start going after those larger state and federal grants in the hundreds of thousands of dollar range.
After some discussion, the Budget Recommendation Committee voted to not recommend this warrant article for the upcoming town elections. This discussion continued at both the December 22nd and January 5th Select Board meetings.
The BRC, did their job vetting this. They asked a lot of questions, and they certainly fulfilled, our request of them to, carefully look at all of the CIP and warrant articles. But the Pairpoint Park Committee also fulfilled our request by doing everything we've asked them to do and more. I am in no way advocating for the $35,000 warrant article. I am advocating, though, that the board take tonight and January 5th to at least discuss the work that they've done.
The chair of the Budget Recommendation Committee, Bob Kelly, discussed the committee's reasoning for not recommending this warrant article.
Really, it was too much too soon. We all love the idea, as everybody does. Who doesn't want more green space in town? We just felt that with this being sort of, as the chair had suggested, possibly put onto us without proper due diligence capabilities, let's let it marinate for a year and let them do what they had promised to do and to do fundraising. We applauded that, and I think, quite frankly, they're going to do a great job of it. If you can raise $350,000, I think the committee's thought was, well, let's try to raise another $35,000. It's 10% more. See how that goes.
At the January 5th meeting, Exeter resident and member of the Pairpoint Park Stakeholders Advisory Committee, Keith Whitehouse, came up with an interim solution to get the park open in the near future. His proposal is to fill in the hole at the project site so residents can safely access the park in the short term while the committee continues to develop a long-term solution.
I'm really not here to, beg and grovel and say, oh, can I fill in the park, and I'm really here to ask that you help all of us work together and help each other come up with a solution so we can get that land in use.
We're right back to when we accepted this. I'm still there. I absolutely appreciate everything you're doing and why I feel as you do, whether it's conservation land or this park that we've got that we're going to build. It should be open to the public. I'm just not sure if we're ready.
I agree with you wholeheartedly that public land belongs to the public and public should have access to public land. And in this case, though, we did not accept a donation of conservation land. We did not accept a donation of a existing park. We accepted a donation of a vacant lot that had been the victim of a fire, and we don't know what's underneath. So I'm gonna disagree with you slightly there in that, this isn't that perfect situation where you get a piece of conservation land that's ready for folks to go roam on, or it's a park that already exists. There were some problems with this. There's a gamble that we took, right? I don't know that I'm comfortable voting tonight to give the okay, but I'm comfortable with continuing the conversation so that we can learn more about the ADA options. I'd like to speak with somebody without spending a lot of money as to whether or not we need to survey underneath a little bit more. And I think that we can do that and continue the conversation with you before we get to March.
That's all I ask. I want that we not shut it down and say, hey, no, it's been 2 years gone by already, right? Let's make it another 5.
No.
That's what I don't want.
I don't want to do that either, but I do want to vet
I
out.
respect what you're saying.
Yeah.
I understand it and agree with it. I want it to be the best it can be.
At the end of the meeting, 2 members from the Pairpoint Park Stakeholders Advisory Committee discussed their fundraising efforts for the park.
Since it was only 10% that we were asking for the town, we already stated very clearly that 90% was going to be fundraised. We're now kind of just excited to say, yeah, we did it 100%. So that's sort of where we evolved to. So that's what I wanted to
The
share.
goal has always been for this to be the lowest amount of burden and potentially none for the Exeter taxpayer.
The next select board meeting will be held on January 20th in the Novak Room. See you there.
Up next is another update from the Exeter Public Library.
Hi there, it's Condra from the Exeter Public Library here to share with you lots of fun things coming to the end of January. Starting off tomorrow, Saturday, January 17th at 10 a.m., Peter Vorkink is going to be sharing some of his experience working with Martin Luther King Jr. in St. Augustine, Florida. He will be bringing a scrapbook full of photos, and this is perfect for all ages. On Tuesday, January 20th and 27th at 10:30, retired teacher Becky Moore will be helping participants explore the hidden meaning of poetry. By reading different poems from U.S. poet laureates throughout the ages, participants may find hidden meaning in their own poems. On Saturday, January 24th at 11 a.m., local author Laura Noy will be promoting her newest historical fiction novel, The Shopkeeper of Alsace. Exploring both World War I and World War II, this is a fantastic read for anyone who loves historical fiction. The Friends of the Exeter Public Library have been selected for the next Hampton Community Oven fundraiser. On Monday, January 26th from 4 to 9, any dining in or takeout, 20% of the proceeds will go to the Exeter Public Library. Stop on by for a special dinner and support the library. Looking for something new in the new year? Try one of the library's language tables. We offer Spanish, French, Italian, Korean, and our newest, Japanese. There is no experience required and everyone is welcome. It's a lot of fun and there is zero pressure involved. The Exeter Public Library offers a teen writing group every Monday from 3:30 to 4:30. This is a great opportunity for 12 to 18-year-olds to try writing something new, learning from their peers, and building on skills they may be developing in school. Once a month, a special expert also comes in to talk to them about the writing process. It's a really cool experience and we invite all teens to join. The Exeter Public Library's 2026 annual appeal is still going on for another month. If you are thinking about donating somewhere, please consider the Exeter Public Library. Your donations go to fund books, new furniture, new programs, and so much more. The library always appreciates any support from the community, and we can't do it without you. There is so much more happening at the Exeter Public Library this month and all this year. So keep an eye on our website and our social media for all the information you may need. Or come on by the library and see for yourself.
For our last segment, we were honored to be part of an event on January 5th bringing the draft New Hampshire Constitution back to Exeter 250 years after its founding. Here's more on the event and the kickoff to celebrating America's 250th birthday here in Exeter.
"250 years ago, on January 5th, leaders across New Hampshire gathered in Exeter to make history, becoming the first state to write their own constitution. 250 years later, to the day, the original draft of this constitution returned to the spot it was written, along with hundreds of people that gathered in the town hall to see this historic document with their own eyes.
This will be the first of many opportunities that we have to gather to share those things that bind us together as a nation, those values that make us Americans. And I think two of those values are found in the document we're going to talk about tonight, and that is independence and the right to self-government.
This event kicked off Exeter's celebration of 250 years of American independence. As a community with rich history and deep colonial roots, the town has a lot to celebrate. Exeter's 250th Celebration Commission has been hard at work planning events to recognize this historic milestone. Throughout the year, you can find several events across town highlighting America's independence and Exeter's unique role in the Revolution. For more information about these events, you can head over to the town website at exeternh.gov to learn more.
That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. And head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. We'll be back on January 30th for the next edition of the show. For Exeter TV, I'm Gabe Perez, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a great weekend, Exeter. Uh-oh. Hello? Oh. Dan, it's for you.